chosen to do the things that are going to matter the most. Not for themselves, but for those that they affect. I think early on they realized that they had something that was going to change the lives of a lot of people. And they worked the company so that they could continue to have that effect and that ability to make choices that would be good for all of you and all of the people at home office. And that's one thing that I absolutely love. I will tell you, for as far as the home office is concerned, there are so many things that they could have chosen to put into machines. The machines could do so many more things than they do, but they didn't want to just create products for you guys. They wanted to create jobs. They wanted to create an opportunity to change the lives of people. And as they had workers that were working in the manufacturing and doing shipping, they did come to those crossroads where, boy, do we just get a system that's automatic that can just throw these things out of here really quickly? Or do we think about those employees and the families and the incomes that they are able to get from these jobs? And they've chosen over and over to spend more money to pay salaries than saving money by making equipment that would automate the systems. And it's all in because of the generosity they feel. They care about the people that work for them. They care about the consultants for sure. They really do feel like you are family, and they love you. And when they feel hurt when gratitude doesn't happen, and they don't and people don't see their hearts. They feel joy when you guys succeed. They feel compassion when things are not going quite right. It's really, I love watching them feel on a daily basis for you guys and for everything that you're doing. So if you listen to them, you can actually, just by being part of Sensi, throw the products and everything out of it, but you can be a better person just by being part of Sensi. And I love that. And it's very gratifying as an older sister to watch that develop and to watch so many people be blessed by the opportunity to be a part of this company. One of the things that Orville and Heidi continually teach and live by is the difference in gratitude and entitlement. You know, and that's one of the concepts that, if you truly understand that concept, it is incredible. So when you're thinking of Sensi, when you're thinking of your businesses, when you're thinking of each other, when you're thinking of your teams and those people that are around you, when you find gratitude in every single thing that you do or have, then that entitlement goes away and you find joy. He always talks about how we're not entitled to anything that the least of us does not have. And so when you think of everyone around you and just think about the least person, and you're not entitled to anything more than that. And out of that comes gratitude. And when you feel that gratitude, then it's so much easier. For example, oh wow, where are we all? We're all sitting in our homes. And sometimes it's not all that great, but I'm a talker. I'm a social person. And there are other people on my team that are a little bit more introverted and kind of like their space a little bit more. I graduated from college in my dorm room with the TV on and sitting on the couch and people coming in and out. And that's how I studied and that's how I focused. My husband, you'd find him on the very deep, dark dungeon in the bottom of the library to study so he didn't have any distractions. So there are different people, but think the thought of coming home and not being in the office with all the busyness going on around was kind of something that I never really looked forward to, and not something that I really wanted to do before this. But boy, there have been so many lessons that I've learned, and I'm so that gratitude has come out a lot. I have loved the opportunity to really connect with some of my daughters who have come home because they're taking school online. One of them is a speech and language therapist, and she does all of her stuff online now. So they were able to come home from a state away from me and spend this time. So there's, and I just love the fact that they've been here and that they've gotten along, and we've been able to live as a family again that we haven't done since they were kids. So there's just always something good. So when you're in your businesses and when you're dealing with each other, just always find something good. Always be grateful for what you've got. Be grateful for the things that are given to you and the things that come to you, and you'll never be disappointed. Some of the things that have happened, for example, when we talk about how what kind of a company Sensi is, working together, the consultants and the home office trying so hard to work together. I will tell you, I love what's going on at Sensi right now. It's almost back to the beginning. It's so nice because as Sensi grew, everybody did everything. My girls worked there, and the consultants came in and packaged their own packages. Everybody did everything. And right now, you've got this building that has shipping, and you've got this building over here that does manufacturing. Then you've got the tower where all of the events people and the creative team and everyone is housed. Well, right now, the tower is housed in all of our homes. And shipping, you guys are doing such an awesome job that shipping is completely overwhelmed because they have to be 6 feet apart and they have masks and they're doing all these things. And so shipping is completely overwhelmed. And in total Sensi style, the tower is taking turns coming in, sticking on our masks, sticking on our gloves, staying 6 feet apart, and putting together scent and warmer of the month kits and whiff boxes and woof boxes, and allowing those shipping people that actually ship every day to ship your packages while we prepare the things for that are coming up. Everybody doing everything and being happy about it. And I love that. My daughter has worked at Sensi. In fact, she's employee number 1, and she actually has been there. There's only one person that started the same day she did, and so they've been there the same length of time, which is I think going on 15 years, no, 16 years, because we're about there. So she's been an employee her whole basically adult life. She started as a junior in high school and still there at 30, almost 2. But she has been working with the comms team. She's works with PR. She does quite a few things there at Sensi. Makes sure that you guys have photos and everything for reunion. She's an ARC. She takes care. She's what do they call those? Sometimes my Spanish brain kicks in and I don't know how to speak English anymore. Which is, by the way, what I do is I'm right now I do those other things, but I'm also the manager for the Hispanic community in Sensi. But the archivist, that's the word I was looking for. She's also the archivist, but she hasn't shipped for about 11 years, but she is going there and working swing shift full time, except for 2 days a week in shipping, because you guys are doing such an awesome job and we need more shippers. So that is what Cincy does. When things get tough or when things are needed, when someone is in need, we rally the troops and we get it done. And I know that that's the same on the consultant side. You guys are just as generous and giving and work with us the same way. When things get tough or when things need to be done, you guys rally the troops and you get it going. I love what happened this week with this month with the Active in April, for example. I mean, how awesome is that? You know, you guys saw that home office is a company in what's going on right now, and what better way to support home office than to make sure that all their jobs are secure, which they would be anyway because Orville and Heidi are so generous, but to making it so much less painful. You get out there and you put up this Active in April and you go forth. It's a great opportunity of that working hand in hand, which is what we do. And because of that, because of how you were doing, sorry, something came up on my screen. I had to get rid of it because I couldn't see anything. But you guys are up so far this year over year, in a month when the world would expect us to be falling apart. We are up so far. I mean, I don't really want to tell you numbers, but you know, it's like 60-some%. You guys are doing such a good job doing what you do. So good that we are adjusting everything we're doing at home office. I love it. And that's what makes Cincy. That's why this is a company that you want to stay with, because it is authentic and it's generous, and we work together truly as a family, and I love that. We have amazing consultants. Let me think. Is there anything else that I was going to talk about? One of the things that came up at the beginning of this pandemic was there were a lot of people that were almost angry that you guys were working. You know, they were angry that you guys were kind of sidestepping, as they would put it, the rules that are out there. And I just want to say I'm grateful that you guys were able to put that, you know, those negative things that came at you and let it go, for a couple reasons. First of all, because you guys, it's for you. You know, it's an income, and it's something that makes you happy and makes other people happy, with the sense and things that you have to sell to them, to give to them, to offer them. The opportunity is amazing, especially during a time like this, because they can actually do something with their time when they're not able to do it otherwise. But I don't know how many of you were able to listen to an explanation that Orville gave, because I think he's so good with words. Yeah, he kind of got that talent. It kind of got left on. Yeah, I kind of gave him all of that talent. Didn't hog any for myself. But anyway, one of the things that he talked about, and I don't know how many of you were able to listen to this, but I loved the analogy. So at Cincy, he talked about how there's two systems that they never ever shut down. One of the things that he and Heidi are very adamant about is that we don't work on Sunday. So the whole campus is not open on Sunday. Manufacturing's down, the shipping is down, everything's down, the gym is closed. So there's nothing going on at Cincy during the weekend. And so for 24 hours, it's really hard to just keep systems going. And there's the two things that they never shut off is IT, because you guys need your systems all weekend long, for one, and it's really tough to reboot it all if we shut it down every Sunday. The other thing is keeping the pipes hot, because that wax needs to stay liquid. And this was a great analogy that I loved from him. He talked about in the economy, it's kind of like these tubes. So they have these great big tubes. They have railroad box cars that bring the wax to us, and it's piped liquid hot from the train into the great big vat, and the vats have to stay hot, and the pipes have to stay hot. If they turned the pipes off on Saturday night and didn't turn them back on until Monday morning, the wax in there would harden, and it would take not just a few hours, not just a few days, but it would probably take months for that wax to get hot enough to be liquid enough for us to pour the wax. Therefore, you always keep that moving no matter what happens. And if you don't, then it's just devastating. It's a devastating loss, time gone. So they have generators and all kinds of things to make sure that never happens. It's the same thing with the economy. There are a few businesses that have the ability to keep that wax warm, to keep it hot, to keep it moving. There's a lot of companies that don't have that ability. So with Scentsy and other companies like Scentsy, when you're able to order things online, when you're able to run your businesses online, when you're able to have online parties and things like that, you're able to give motion to that economy. And the things that you're doing are not only making other people happy because of the products that you sell, but it is also a huge benefit to the economy. So that once this is over, if it ever is going to be really over, I don't know how normal is going to ever come back. We'll see what normal looks like in a couple of months. But what you guys are doing is critical. It's critical to the economy, to keep it in such a liquid state that it's not, that if there's companies like us that don't, it might take years and decades before we're able to recover from the economic problems that are happening in the world right now. So you guys can feel proud. Lift your heads up and feel proud that you are part of something that truly will make a difference, not only to your lives and the lives of your your customers, but to the whole world. You guys truly have the ability to be a beacon of light in something that is really, really hard. And I'm so proud of that. And I'm so proud of all of you. And I just love being able to work hand in hand with such awesome people. And I love what happens because of Scentsy. And the joy that it brings to so many, not even in my own neighborhood, but around the whole world. China benefits because they are able to employ people that wouldn't have jobs. India has people that wouldn't have jobs. The UK and everywhere else that you guys consultants are. There's so many places that Scentsy makes a difference. And it makes me happy. Anyway, I hope, Shonda, that is a little bit of what you were hoping for. And if you have any questions or anything, then just feel free to.
Yes, that is exactly what I was hoping for. Thank you so much, Susan. I think sometimes we get lost in we got to sell this and we got to recruit people and we got to do all these things. And And I want people to see the heart of Scentsy and how much we love it and how much Scentsy does for us, you know. That was the whole thing behind this Active in April mission that we're working on, is that Scentsy gives so much to us, and we want to be able to do something to give back to Scentsy. And like you said, you know, no, they don't need us to do that financially, but why not? You don't just do something because somebody needs it. You do it because you feel led to do that, right? And I loved what you said about always find something good in everything. That's something we really need to try to do every day. And it's hard in times like this to do that, but there is something good in every single thing that we go through and everything that we see. And so we just have to pull those little things out, pull those little snippets of happiness and goodness out, and be appreciative for those, and be thankful for those things. So, and we are so thankful for you.
Oh, my pleasure.
Does anybody have any questions for Susan? If so, just unmute yourself and feel free to ask. And I'm definitely going to look up that keynote and make sure that we post that in the team page, because I'm sure I've heard it, but I definitely want to hear that again. So
yeah, arrows in, arrows out. It's really good. It's just all about how much how much our influence changes when we're thinking of others rather than ourselves, and how small our influence is when we're thinking inward. It's a great one.
Love that. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Any of y'all that want to hang out, talk about what's coming up next month and all that, just feel free to stay. If you have to leave, we understand. But I'm just so happy to see everybody's faces and hear some voices. And y'all, I'm tired of being locked up in this house.
Well, and I will go so you can start chattering again, because you were chattering a lot until I came on. But it was good to spend the time with you. You guys are awesome. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, y'all. So thank you so much for getting on, everybody. I was going to show you what the warmer of the month looks like in case you don't have it yet. Pretty excited about it. Y'all, the Be Kind warmer, the light is like too much. Look at this. It is so pretty. And y'all, it glows and shows through this design. Love it. If you have not gotten the Scent and Warmer of the Month yet, you can still sign up for that under the Accounts tab. And Rebecca's jealous because hers ain't there yet. Oh, I finally got something first. Y'all, I swear UPS is like, this is the last place that they stop. So Buzzworthy is the scent. That's why there's a scent for everybody. I don't love the Buzzworthy scent, but the reason why is because I don't like the earthy scents. But did we need this? Heck yeah, we needed it, because I have a lot of customers that really do like this. And that's something that you need to think about when you are ordering the Scent and Warmer of the Month. You may not like it yourself. That's okay, because y'all, there's going to be customers that like things that you don't like. And so when you send samples of this out, you're probably going to hit a group of customers that don't normally buy, because you're sending out, in my case, all the tropical things and that kind of stuff. That's what I love. And so when I send something like this out, it's probably going to catch some of those customers that otherwise I would not catch, because it's a good earthy scent. It's got a little bit of honey in it, I think. I haven't even read the description yet. But anyway, if you have not signed up for that, you can go to the Account tab on your workstation and sign up for Scent and Warmer of the Month, or just Scent of the Month. I highly, highly recommend, and I think all of you would nod your head in agreement, you at least need Scent of the Month, because y'all, that's where you make your samples. That's where you make your smell mail. That's where you get things out to everybody that might be interested in Scentsy, and let them try it. Something else that I threw together today, I ordered these are like shiny. Hold on, let me turn this light down, because they're so shiny you ain't even gonna want to see them. But these little bags, they're, what do you call, iridescent. They're iridescent bags. They're Ziploc. I simply put a body wash and a hand cream in this. and super, super cute little spa set for Mother's Day. So I'm going to set my light up, take some pictures of these. If you don't have a ring light, don't worry about that. Wait until it's nice and sunny outside. Go outside and put it in the shade somewhere, because if you take it in direct sunlight, it's going to glare. But if you put it in the shade somewhere and it's really bright and nice outside, you can make some really good pictures with daylight. But put little things like that together and just think about, what could I put together that would be a great little gift set for moms, a great little gift set for graduates, because y'all think about graduates. I mean, who is doing that to you, Audrey? I see that. Hey, Erin. But little gift sets, these graduates, y'all, bless their hearts. I mean, I've sent a couple of things out to people just that they're just not going to get to graduate. They're just not even having graduation. They're not having prom. They're not having all these things. And so this year, I think it's so important to get gifts out to graduates. I know there's a lot of pages across the U.S. where they're doing Adopt a Senior. I don't know if y'all have seen those or not, but that's a good way to promote your products. Reach out to some of those people and say, hey, I know you've got to buy some gifts for graduates. Let me help you. I will even mail it for you, whatever you got to do. But I think that's a really good thing that you can do to kind of promote Cincy right now. And honestly, I know there are a lot of people that have expressed concern this month about, I don't want to promote my business. I don't want people to think I'm taking advantage of this pandemic. Y'all, you're not taking advantage of it. Like Susan said, this is our business. To some of us, this is like, it's our livelihood. It's how we make our living to buy our groceries and pay our bills. And to some of you that have another job, maybe a full-time job, and you're laid off right now, this is your only income to work with. So where did you find those bags? These bags were on Amazon, and I can post the link in the group in a little while. I'll post a picture of that and then post the link down there below, Rebecca. Make sure when you're ordering stuff to make like gift baskets or send out mail to your team or something like that, make sure that you check right before you hit submit on your order on Amazon to make sure the date is not like May the 30th, because I've run into that a couple of times and it said Amazon Prime and everything. So it looked like it was going to ship out. And then I got to the checkout and one of them said May the 11th. And I was like, no, I need this right now, because I had ran out of something I was using to mail things out. So some of you may have some Happy Mail still coming. You may be thinking, where's my Happy Mail? I didn't get Happy Mail. Well, you may still have some coming when Amazon gets my stuff to me. So, y'all feel free to unmute yourselves, ask questions. Anybody got anything they want to share that you're doing right now?
I just want to say we all need to peer pressure Beth, because I told her I want to see her beautiful face and she said no.
She was on for a second. And she looked great. Beth, why did you turn your camera off? You looked great.
What the heck, Beth?
She's being silly. She's just being silly. I was going to show y'all this. This was not cheap, but you know me and my seashells and stuff like that. This is from Pampered Shelf, and it's got the cutest palm trees and starfish and all that. I don't make samples a lot that are in shapes. Most of the time I just slice them up. But when I saw this, I was like, oh, I have to have it. So I'm going to make some samples and some of my favorite tropical scents and things like that and send those out. Some of the bigger ones, I may even make like the palm tree and stuff like that, the sailboat, maybe even the mermaid tail. I may do those like for my VIP customers. I've had so many online orders this month, y'all, and I want to do something nice for them. So I may send those out to them if it doesn't get too hot, because it's almost too hot down here in the South right now to send something out, which I'm not complaining about, because y'all know I love it. Oh, Beth has a headache. That's why she didn't stay on. I'm sorry, Beth. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that the world is completely yellow And Saturday, some of my leaders and I met up at a little roadside park and sat under the pine trees and got covered in ticks, didn't we all? Ginger had her sunroof open, so I don't know if you found any ticks in your vehicle yet.
No, I had no ticks.
Thank
I
goodness.
had no ticks in my hair. I had no ticks.
Girl, I was looking everywhere. I was like, oh my gosh, I know they're on me. And I just felt myself itching all night long.
I'm still itching. I had a dream that night that we were all covered in ticks. I mean, literally, they were stuck to us.
Oh my gosh. What is Shannon doing? She's blowing out somebody's hair. Lord. Well,
Hey, Shonda,
Shonda.
do you prefer the wax samples or the felt? I'm trying to decide what I want to do.
I like the wax samples when we can send them, and here's why. I like the fact that with the wax samples, you're not melting it. You're not melting any of the fragrance away. You're literally just chopping it up, and then they get the full experience of all the fragrance. Because if you know how our wax works, it has top notes and mid notes and all that. Well, take for instance, Welcome Home. It has some cinnamon in it. Well, cinnamon is one of the first things to warm out. Also with citrus, one of the first things to disappear is that really citrus scent. It disappears quicker. So if you warm it, you may be kind of knocking off a little bit of that first fragrance that they smell when they warm it. But I love the fact that you can do cute little shapes and things like that. So if you want to do the cute little shapes out of wax, or you just want to chop the wax up, then just make sure that you are not sending it when it's more than about 73, 74 degrees outside. In the summertime, you just can't do it because it's going to be a melted puddle. But the good thing about the felt samples is it's probably still going to melt, but if it melts, that felt is going to soak it right back up. So then you don't have to worry about that. So I hope that answers your question, Alyssa.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Beth. And the red bugs too. Well, there was red bugs all over us Saturday, y'all. It was crazy. We were just sitting there talking, and all of a sudden Shannon looks and she says, oh my God, there's a tick on me. Oh my God, there's another one. And so she stood up and I said, there's a third one right there. It was crawling on her. And we were like, oh my gosh. So we were all getting up and like knocking ourselves off. And we were doing the Brad Paisley and checking each other for ticks. It was crazy. But it was so good, y'all. We were 6 feet apart. We weren't like breaking the rules or anything, but we just had to get together because I can't take these 4 walls anymore. I don't know about y'all, but my mental health has been suffering. Audrey said that earlier today, that mental health is going to be at an all-time high for people needing some therapy by the time this is over. So we're hoping our campground's going to open back up this weekend. And if they do, I'm going to be there. I can just tell you, I'm going to take a day off and go do that. Rebecca, you're raising your hand again. Is that because you broke your phone?
No.
Okay, you're actually raising your hand.
Yes.
Talk, girl, talk.
Okay, so I'm really, really excited. I've been holding my mouth this whole call because I have something to share with y'all, and I swear I'm so excited about it because I am going to earn this incentive, like one way or another. I'm going to get level 3, and I'm slacking. Shonda, you posted that you were slacking too, and that kind of motivated me that I wasn't the only one and that I can still do this. So I had a qualifying order to submit yesterday. You know, I told you I had the squeeze of the day in it. Mm-hmm. But I had been working to at least get that, you know, and I tell you, I asked at least, I think the last time I counted, it was 15 people I had asked if they wanted to join. And can you still hear me? I'm in my notes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to read to you exactly what I messaged these people. And 5 of them told me that they were going to, but just at a later time. So this is what I said. I said, hey, girl, so I have a qualifying order going in. That just means $200 or more. And each time I do that, I have a discounted kit that I can give away in replace of all my free products. It's $45 tax and all. Would you be interested? You wouldn't have to continue to sell if you didn't want to. You could just get the kit and order from yourself and just get paid the commission back off of it. The only requirement is to place a $200 order once every 4 months. That's literally probably you and 3 friends going together and stocking up every 4 months. Who doesn't do that anyways? What you say? Okay. So that's literally what I messaged all of those people. I just copied and pasted it. And literally 5 of them, I have my list going, 5 of them have messaged back saying that they were going to. And one girl, I don't know her. She bought something from me off of a closet clean out that I did a couple of weeks ago. She spent $5 with me now. She was just checking to see if I had shipped it, but turns out she never gave me her address. And so I didn't know to ship it. But anyways, we got all that straightened out. And she asked me, she looked at my profile and she asked me if I sold Scentsy. So I was like, yeah. And she was going to buy something from me. And I gave her my website and everything. And y'all, I almost let it slip through my fingers. I gave this girl my party link and everything. And then I was like, what am I doing? I need to ask this girl if she wants to join. I don't know her. She asked me if I sell Scentsy. So I already know she loves the product. What's it going to hurt? She already wants to buy it. So why not ask her, you know? So I sent her that exact message. That's actually where it stemmed from, was that message. And whenever I got that good response from her, like, she was like so excited, like stoked, because she had wanted to join for so long. She just couldn't afford the $99 kit. I've never met this girl. She's from Winona, I believe. I really don't even know where that is, but I know it's in Mississippi. But y'all, do not be afraid to get a no, not right now, no thank you, because if you don't ask, number one, somebody else is, and number two, they're never going to join if you don't ask. This girl has bought Scentsy from like multiple consultants in the past. She's never stuck to one consultant. Nobody ever told her she could get that kit for free. Y'all, if she's wanted to join for so long and she has been buying Scentsy for so long, why had nobody ever mentioned that to her? I don't know who she'd been buying from. I didn't ask her, because I'm doing my job. You know, I'm doing my part by sharing that opportunity with her. This could change her life, y'all. Like, and she's so excited. Y'all, I just had to share this with y'all, because if you don't ask, you're never going to get a recruit. I mean, I'm not going to say never. I mean, because I've had one person the whole year and 2 months that I've been a consultant. One person has found me on Scentsy.com and signed up under me. One person. And guess what? She's not with me anymore. So if you don't reach out personally and like, just ask them, you know, and like, don't make it seem like a big obligation, because so many companies, they're not as, I'm not going to say easy, they're not as laid back as Scentsy, you know, like they require you to do something every month or like whatever. Scentsy lets you set your own limits. If you want to do Scentsy as a hobby, do it. If you want to move your family across the country and make $10,000 a month, you can do it. It's up to you. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I have actually got to go run to the grocery store before they close. But I just had to share that with y'all, and I'm so excited to see y'all. I've been seeing y'all's faces, but I can't wait to have a big team meeting and get everybody together. After this is all over with, I promise you, we're going to have the biggest team meeting that we have ever had, and I can't wait.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because, you know, I mean, we all think sometimes, especially as leaders, like if you have anybody under you, you're a leader. And sometimes you think, well, I don't want them to know that I haven't recruited anybody in months. Y'all, be honest, be authentic.
Yes.
Tell everybody, I am struggling with recruiting, because just like that, I mean, I didn't want to tell everybody my recruiting sucked right now, but it's the truth. And so by saying that, that inspired Rebecca to go, you know what, dang it, mine does too. And if we're all struggling with it, let's do something about it, you know?
I literally told myself that I was not submitting that party until I had somebody to give that kit to. I had done told myself, I don't care if they stick with it, but I'm going to try, and I'm going to get that kit on somebody's doorstep this week. So just set your mind to it, y'all. I promise you, your mind is the most powerful tool that you have. Nothing you can buy on Amazon, no video you can ever watch will ever, ever, ever replace the capacity that your mind has. If you wake up every morning and tell yourself that you can do it, I promise you, you will. That's just like these people out here that are on disability, or no, I'm not gonna say that, but like doing something, saying that they can't do something, they're never gonna be able to do it because they have it stuck in their mind that they can't. If you tell yourself you can, I promise you, you can. It even says in the Bible, if you have a mustard seed size of faith, that you can do it. You can move a mountain. Y'all, you can do it. Believe in yourself. I will see y'all later, Shonda.
Hold on a second. I think you need to tell everybody what list you made today.
What list? Oh, the top 20 year-over-year growth for the directors. Yes, yeah. I'm so excited about that.
Y'all, it's a big deal to make that list. I'm gonna tell you, top 20%. That's a big deal to make that list. There's a lot of directors in Cincy. So big shout out to Rebecca for making that list this month. It's always
hope to make even more.
Yes. But and you know how she did that? She set goals.
And I told myself I could do it.
Exactly.
You asked Tina Young, and I can tell you that I was nagging her about what I needed to do to become a director way before it was even like in reach on numbers. But when I was a star consultant, I knew that's what I wanted. And by gosh, I think it was like 2 or 3 months later, I had it. I didn't stop. And you don't need to stop either. It doesn't come that fast for everybody. It doesn't. I mean, you have to find the people. That's why, I mean, it can come that fast for everybody. Just like I didn't stop until I found somebody that wanted that kit. I don't even know this girl. I don't, but I'm about to. Yep. Do not stop until somebody says yes. All these people in this world, somebody can afford a $45 kit. And I say $45 because that's the $39 kit. And then that's the $6 for shipping. And I just pay the tax out of my pocket.
And y'all, Rebecca, you got to where you are because of your determination. I mean, yes. If you don't have determination to do anything in this business, then you're not going to get anywhere. You got to be determined, and you got to want it. And, yes. I tell my people all the time that what you get out of this business is what you're going to put into it. If you don't put a thing in this business, then you're not going to get anything out of it. And
that's right.
But I'm proud
of God that I met you, because I wouldn't be anywhere that I am today without you, Tina.
Wow. I love it. All warm and fuzzy feelings.
And hey, I want to shout out to Melanie West because this is her first Zoom call. Woo! And I'm glad she's on my team, and I'm glad to have her on here because she has been she's an accountant, and she's been fighting this tax season, and I just want to shout out to her for being on this first Zoom call.
I haven't even started my taxes. It just reminded me. Oh, gosh. I think there's a few people on here that this is their first one. I think Mallory's been on one before. Terry's been on. Alyssa, this is probably her first, and Samantha, I think, is probably her first as well. So thank y'all so much for jumping on. These Monday Hangout calls, they're for you. They're for us to just sit and chit chat. We're not always going to have speakers. We just had somebody from home office that was willing to speak, and sometimes it's nice to hear a fresh voice. So we just like to get on here at least once a month and see each other's face and talk for a little bit, and just see what's going on with each other and ask questions and show what we're doing and what we're packaging and where we're buying stuff and that kind of thing. So Melanie's got her hand raised.
All right. I got a question. how do you do like if you have a qualifying party, and how Rebecca was talking about she was able to do the kit through her party? How do you do that? Because I hear people talk, like do it, and they talk about flipping a party and all that. I don't even know what that stuff means. So like, how do you do that?
Okay, that's a great question. So let's talk about that, because if you haven't done it before, you're like, what the heck are we doing here, right? So if you say you meet this person and you're like, this person would be great at Cincy, like I want to get them to do it. This is what I'm doing right now. So I sent a message, kind of like Rebecca did, and said, you know, girl, I just think you would be great at Cincy. Why don't you let me help you try to get a free kit? And, you know, if you like it, you sign up. If you don't, that's okay. But let's get you an order going. So she said, you know what? I think that would be great right now. I'd love to do that. So what you do is you treat them just like a hostess at the beginning, or this is how I do it. You treat them like a hostess at the very beginning. You get them some testers, get them some catalogs, let them get orders together. And the best way to do it is to put them on paper, put them on order forms, because right now, Cincy will flip the orders over that are placed online, but normally that is not the way it works. So that's a temporary thing. So the best way to do it is get them to handwrite all their orders. They're going to write everything down. They're going to take everybody's money up just like they're a hostess working to earn their free stuff. Okay. So once they get to 200 PRV in their orders, then you can give them the kit for, you know how the hostess program works. They get 10% of the first, is it $3.99? Is that right, Tina?
$4.99.
$4.99. Okay. So they get 10% credit, like free money is what I call it, to spend on Cincy, right? So instead of spending it on Cincy, what they're going to do is they're going to take that $20 for that $200 order. They're going to take that $20 that they would have spent on Cincy, and you're going to apply that towards their kit. So the $59 kit then would cost them $39. The more that they sell, the bigger their party is, the more money they're going to have to spend towards that kit. If they can get 500 PRV in orders, they're going to get that kit completely free, no shipping, nothing. It's free. So what you do is when they get however much they're going to collect and they say, okay, that's it. That's all the orders I can get. First thing you're going to do is you're going to say, no, girl, you can do better than that. Let me tell you, have you reached out to this person and the person you work with and all that? And you're going to try to get them to get more orders, because everybody thinks they're done when they're really not. And then when you are sure that they're done collecting orders, you're going to put their orders in, have them come over and do this with you so they can see how it works. But put those orders in under your workstation, not under the hostess or the person that's going to be joining, but under yours. You're going to put all those in, and then you're going to see at the top how much credit they have, how much hostess credit they have. So say they have a $500 party and they're going to get their kit free. Yay. So you go into the part that is host credit and you click that host credit, and instead of adding in a Cincy product, you add in starter kit. Just put that in there. And when you put that in, it's going to take that money off of what they have left to spend, and it's going to immediately send an email to them. Now you have to make sure that you have it set up with them being the hostess, their email address and all that in there as the hostess. So when you put that kit in, that automatically populates that email to go to them that says, you're enrolling in Cincy, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. So they go into their email, open it up, fill out everything like they're joining, pick which kit they're going to do, because they can do the $99 kit. Can they do that through the party, or do they just do it separate, Tina? Maybe it's I think 59 may be it.
Yeah, I thought if you flip a party, I thought you could only get the $59 kit.
I think you're right.
That was 80 for her new.
Yes, you talking about Rika? Do what now, Melanie?
Wasn't she from Florida?
Yeah, Rika. She Kate flipped that. She did the $59 kit. She got hers free.
Okay, I asked her how she did it. She was like, I don't know. We had to video message She's like, oh, you have to ask Tina. I was like, all right.
We did 3-way call, and so but yes, Kate had an order over 500, so Rika got it free.
So
And
that
it
was
should-
party to begin with originally, and then she changed it and put her new person as the hostess, right?
Yeah, that was Kate's orders. So when Kate flipped that party to Rika, Rika got the free kit. Kate got the PRV, and she kept her customers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have an option whether you want to just give them a kit or if you want to give them the kit and all those orders. So, you know, if this person, say the girl that I'm talking about is joining me, all these orders that she's getting, they're her orders, they're her customers, they're her friends and her family. So obviously I'm not going to keep the PRV. I'm actually going to flip it to her. Now, if I got $500 in orders together that were from my customers, and I told this girl, hey, you know, I've got a kit that I can give you, or I can, you know, you can pay $30 for it or whatever you want to do, then I would keep the PRV. It wouldn't transfer over to her. I would just be giving her the kit. But so in this case, this person is wanting to join. They go out and get orders. You put them all in. You show them how to put them in the system, how Workstation works. And so that email goes over to them. They fill it out. They're going to be a consultant. So then the consultant opens her Workstation back up to that party. And when you do, you're going to see across the top, I think it says something like host enrollment complete. Is that right? Anybody? I think it says host enrollment complete, but you're going to know by what it says. I don't remember what it says exactly. So at that point, you know that they filled out all their stuff, and you can go ahead and finish putting all the host rewards in there, because they're going to have half price items left and all that they can't use. So they do that. And then when you submit that order, right before you submit that order, you're going to have a choice of clicking a button that says flip. Under the host category, you'll see a button that says, do you want to flip this party? If you say yes, you want to flip it, then all those orders are going to transfer over to that person's Workstation. She's going to get credit for it. She's going to get the commission for it and everything. And you're going to have a new recruit, and you're going to have an active frontline, which is something that you want to do, you know, because, hey, we all want to grow our team, right? If you do not want to give that person the orders and the PRV, but you just want them to get the kit, then you don't click that flip button. You say, no, I don't want to flip this party. So, and there's also a good video on the family room on how to do that. Like, it shows you walking through how to do it. So,
So would it be do a flip, just so that way it gets them active, or what would y'all do?
You have somebody that you're working with right now on doing that? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just like thinking for future references, because I've never, like, next time I get a qualifying party, then
Yes.
I want to try it.
Offer every single party you have, offer it to somebody. You may not offer them the PRV and the commission, but offer at least the kit. Say, hey, I've got a kit that you can get for $39. You know, if you don't have but 200 PRV to put in, then that's going to be a $39 kit. Once you take that $20 off of it, tell them, say it's going to cost you $39 plus shipping, and you're going to get this $59 kit, and you can start a business with it, or you can just enjoy the products. I mean, it's up to you, but I think you'd make a great consultant. I'd love to have you on my team, because it's really important to say that to people when they are contemplating joining, because, and I say this all the time, but you may be the only person that they ever hear that positive encouragement from. They may not have a spouse or family or anybody that's encouraging to them. And for you to say, I think you'd be a great consultant, I'd love to have you on my team, that may be like, wow, you know, I can't believe Melanie wants me to be on her team. She really thinks I can do this. And that may be what they need to hear to be able to just jump for it and say, I'm going to do this. If she thinks I can do it, maybe I can, so always make sure that you do offer that encouragement to people and let them know you'd be a great consultant because you love the products, or you'd be a great consultant because everybody loves being around you. You have so much energy and you're just such a fun person to be around. You'd be great on our team. We'd love to have you. Like, oh my gosh, your personality would be great on our Zoom calls and add some life to things, that just, it makes people feel good. And when you make people feel good, they want to be a part of your business, whether it's, as a customer or a hostess or even, a team member. So just reach out to people and make them feel good about who they are and what they could benefit from Scentsy.
And look, I think we got several newbies on here. Or I know we got a few on here. You're never too new of a consultant to start growing your team. Shonda can tell you, I, for one, can truly say that I wished I had started growing my team when I joined. I joined 5 years ago, and it took me 4 years before I actually started growing a team. So don't let yourself tell yourself, I'm too young, I'm too new of a consultant to start growing my team. That is not the truth. When you sign up and you become a consultant, start working on growing your team then. And, it's, if you're afraid, well, I don't know enough to grow a team or to get a new recruit, that's okay, because that's what this group is for. We're all here to help you. If they ask you a question, hey, I'm new, I'm not sure, I will find out. So don't let that make you, don't be afraid to start recruiting immediately after you sign up. You can do it. You can do it. Start sharing once you sign up.
Yep. And if you love your leader at all, you won't do that to her and take years off of her life as she tries to explain to you that you need to recruit. Lord,
I took 5 years off Shonda's.
Like it killed me. I tried so hard in every way to explain to Tina how much her business could grow. And y'all, there was something I was saying that just wasn't registering with her. But sometimes hearing it from somebody else is what makes it click. She went to Mexico. She earned that Mexico trip and went down there. And Jacqueline Roy sat at the pool with her for 30 minutes. And all of a sudden she became a recruiting rock star. So, if look, I don't care if the person that is your sponsor is not your person, and you realize, you know what, I just don't click with her. Me and her just don't get along, or I don't get she stammers on her words like Shonda does, and I can't stand it. Find somebody else. Reach out to somebody else in this team that you look at. And say you see Shannon over there killing it and recruiting 6 people in a month and got 5,000 PRV. Reach out to Shannon. She doesn't care if you're on her team. She will help you. All of us leaders here, we are willing to help any of you. You don't have to be under us. We want to help you. We want to see you do big things with your business. And that's what our group is for. The family room is for the purpose of any of you that need help. Post a question on there, because maybe I can't answer your text right then, but guess what? Tina's online and she sees you post a question. She's going to answer that question for you. Terry's going to answer that question for you. Somebody's going to get on there and say, oh, let me help this girl. I don't know what's going on with her, So don't be shy to do that. That's what our team page is for. It's not just for me to post information on there or Tina to post a live on there. It's for your use. And if you're sitting here and you come up with some neat little packaging and you're killing it and selling a bunch of these, please, for the love of all things holy, go live and tell us what you're doing. We want to,
like Melanie. I'm sorry, Sean. Just like Melanie shared the scent circle, the little package for the teachers. I saw that she had shared that on our little messenger team thing, and I said, "Will you share that with the family room?" And she said, "Sure." And when she shared that, several of us did that. And I know Shannon got several orders. I got several orders. So anything you come up with like that, you don't have to ask. Just feel free to share it on our group page, because it's, that helps other people get PRV, and it's just, that's what you call teamwork right there. So way to go, Melanie. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yes, absolutely. We love it. Share all you can, because in August, I'll be with Cincy for 10 years. And let me tell you something. I learn something from somebody every single day, especially my leaders. Like, oh my gosh, they have these incredible ideas. And I'm like, girl, put that on the page. This is awesome. It just blows my mind, because some people are really creative with their graphics. Some people are creative with their packaging. Some people are creative with the way they reach out to customers. And maybe that's the thing that you struggle with. Then use their strength and put it with your strength and do something big, Ain't that right, Ginger? Audrey, how's things going up there in Canada? Audrey has moved to Canada, basically. She's on lockdown up there, and so she's now trying to build a Canadian team.
Yeah, it's good. It snowed the other day, which I'm not too happy about. But I'd rather take your Mississippi warm weather.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. The bingo thing went well the other night, and I booked a bunch of parties off of that, so that was fun.
Yeah.
But
that's
good.
It's
been good.
Audrey is like the bingo queen. I know she hadn't done a ton of parties, but look, when she does bingo, she has great parties. So like when you decide you want to do bingo, you reach out to Audrey and you say, okay, I've got this and this done, but I don't know what to do now. Help me. Audrey will help you. She doesn't care that she's in Canada. She will still help you. That's what we're all here for.
How does the bingo game, how do y'all do that on Facebook? Like, what do y'all do?
The bingo?
Yeah.
So, if you go to Bingo Baker, like you're baking a cake, like bingobaker.com, you can make your own Sensi card, and you can actually take the pictures from the PWS and import them. In each square you can paste a different picture, and then it gives you a call list that you can print out. And I basically just go live on Facebook, like I make an event, or in my group, and I go live for about an hour. Sometimes they like to talk and it goes into 2 hours, but I just go live and I basically show all the different products that I have. I have like one buddy I show, and a flower, and a bar, and a warmer, and I go down through my list, and then as I show each product, they check it off their bingo card. And the Bingo Baker, you can go on and you can share the link with your guests, and they can click generate card, and it generates a card that's different for each player, so no one has the same looking card. And then as they get the different bingos, they comment on the comments, and then I give out like a little prize pack of samples and stuff.
Okay.
And Audrey,
I did post a live. Whoop, go ahead, Shonda.
That's what I was going to ask. Is the live recorded that's on our group? Maybe you could tag Melanie in it.
Yeah, I'll do that right now on my phone while I think about it.
Because that way you
I'd
can
also like to be tagged in it too.
Who said that?
Nicole.
All right, let me see. And they're really fun. Like I've done, how many did I do now? 2 so far? 3 so far? And the hostess loved it. She was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad, especially now because everyone's stuck at home. It's just like this. They actually, the next time they want to try a Zoom one, which I've never done before, but I think it would be fun. And they loved it. And she said, I want to do this. It actually, two of her friends booked some for next weekend, and the same hostess is coming to both of theirs just because she loved it and liked to do it and liked the interaction because she was bored at home. So they're definitely huge right now.
A lot of families are getting online and playing games and stuff and doing like our family did that. We all played games on Zoom. So, you know,
I saw that.
Do it. We had a blast. It was so much fun.
It looked fun.
But yeah, I mean, you can totally do parties that way. And I'm actually working with somebody right now about doing just a party on Zoom. So of course I can tell right now I would have to turn my lights down a little bit. But I mean, you could literally have everything set up and you could bring it online and show your products, you know, with everybody there. It's like you're in the room together, you know. And I know it's not the same thing, but it's close, you know. It's what you're working with what you got. You just got to work with what you got. So, Shannon, if I had known you could be doing my highlights, guess what we would have done Saturday at Witch Dance.
I know. I was like, Shauna's gonna see I'm doing some blonde highlights, and she's gonna be mad.
Girl, look at this. I ain't even got my blonde shampoo in tonight, my dry shampoo.
Well, look, this is what let me show you. I don't know how to turn my phone around. Anyways, that's her natural.
Oh,
And then I just painted through the bottom and then did her top.
wow.
I love doing hair. But that's what I did before. I signed up for Cincy a month before I quit my job. Really? And I stayed home with Kylie. I've had 2 kids since then, but we're not having no more. But Cincy has really been a blessing, so
Tell everybody what you're doing right now. Like what your Cincy paycheck is doing for your family right now.
Oh my gosh. So we're moving. We sold our house and actually lost money selling our house. So we're living in my parents' house that they're trying to sell. And they gave us 5 acres of their land for us to go pick out, you know, us a trailer to put out there until we're ready to do whatever we want. And come to find out, they didn't finance none of the stuff we had to get done with our trailer. And so we had to come out of pocket for the septic, the water, hookups, the dirt pad, everything. And I mean, it's probably, I want to say close to $4,000 now that Cincy has paid for all of it. And there's no telling like how long it would have took us if it was not for my Cincy paycheck. I'm so very thankful.
Anybody else got anything tonight? Oh, I have to show y'all my shirt too. Check this out. Y'all need Cincy. I bought this shirt.
That's cute.
I bought it forever ago, and like it was embarrassing. I couldn't wear it nowhere. It was so friggin' skin tight. But I'm like, I'm wearing my shirt. I'm so excited.
Hey, I'm gonna get there. I'm get that motivation built up.
Shonda, you look great, by the way.
She does. You should see her in person. She looks even good.
Lost 24 pounds. Yay.
Wow.
She ain't stopped calling herself fat yet, but you know.
The struggle is real. You know, and I think women, we're all harder on ourselves about that. But I mean, it doesn't matter what we do. We still look at ourselves in the mirror and we see everything that's wrong instead of everything that's right. So I'm really trying to mentally not go there. You know, I'm trying to look at the right direction that I'm going. So.
You don't shut your mouth. Excuse my children.
If nobody has anything else, I'm going to stop the recording. And thank you so much to everybody that showed up tonight. When you show up, you go up. I promise you that. So it was really awesome to hear from Susan and hear a little bit more about Cincy and Bobby. We are just now finishing. God love her. She's going to be late to her own funeral. Y'all have a good night, and let's finish April strong. Get all your people active. Do whatever you got to do. Reach out to everybody and say, hey, I need to see you active. That's all I'm asking is for everybody in our group to have 200 PRV this month. And if you listen to Susan, you know why. So y'all have a good night. Good to talk to y'all. Love y'all big.
Bye.
Bye.